Right. In 2016, when the EU referendum came about, I made the decision to vote leave. Now, there were a number of factors in my decision why I decided to. One of them was the way things were going, like socio-economically. Now, basically, I've been doing very well for the last few years. You know, increasing costs, companies taking liberties with working conditions, and you always kept hearing about how successful what the economy was doing, but you never really. I don't know about you, but I never really felt it. Another reason what made it more easier for me to vote leave was the fact that I couldn't really afford passports anymore for the family or myself. So when the passports ran out in 2008 and all the economic crash and the rest of it, when the passports ran out, I came to view them as a luxury. To get the cost of a family or 4 or 5 passports runs into the hundreds of pounds, and I didn't really have that each time. And obviously, when I did have enough money for it or whatever, I had to spend it on something else, getting bits done at the house or whatnot. So basically, I just viewed the passports as a luxury. And after the referendum came, after about 8 years, 8 years without a passport, you could just say I became disconnected from the EU as such. I became indifferent towards it. For me, it was just some place over there. To me, it didn't really have much of a relevance in my life or my family's, and was also working longer hours now, so you sort of switched off from that. When the ref did come about, and that, Stronger In didn't do a particularly good job. I just couldn't associate anything of what they were saying. I didn't have any connection to it, and it was such an appalling campaign. It did nothing. It did absolutely nothing for me. And when they did go on about the positives, like say freedom of movement, well, not for me personally, and I couldn't even afford a passport to even take advantage of the basics of freedom of movement. So, I can't afford that. So my attitude was I couldn't afford that anyway. So it doesn't make much of a difference to me. Another reason was, at the time, leave offered hope. As much as they offered a lot of other crap as well, one of the things they offered was hope. Something that was the Remain side never did, or Stronger In never did. So that's kind of it, really. Now, to be honest, I started having doubts about my decision within a few months after. But one of the big motivations to the reason why I changed is because I started engaging with people, and one specific person, Mike Hind. And we had a good few conversations, still do now. And he opened up new ways for me thinking, new ways, new concepts, better understanding. And, after a while of talking, I've started basically coming around to Mike's, way Mike's thinking in terms of the European Union and whatnot. So in early January 2017, I think it was, we made the decision. After half an hour, made the decision actually just, get some money on passports. So we were able to use the money to renew passports, and we started to travel. And we started traveling a lot quite a bit around parts of Europe. And in a small way, I sort of understand freedom of movement. Admittedly, it's only from a point of view of holiday weekends away, so it's not all of it. And again, continued conversations with various other people and other people in the EU. I started to understand more about what the EU is, what it is, and I actually like the idea of I really do like the idea of my children having the rights to be able to go to other countries as well, plus myself. And now I've experienced it, albeit on a smaller level, of just travelling. I've come to accept the fact, actually this is a better thing. And my opinion is now that we should actually remain. If anything, we should probably commit to more further integration. From what I've understood of the EU so far, admittedly not as much as I probably would like it to, but I don't think we have anything to fear we don't have anything to fear at all. If anything, we should be, I believe, embracing the EU. Travelling around and it has made me understand it a lot more, speaking to different people. And leaving the EU, leaving this union is one of the worst mistakes this country could make. And if given a choice between revoking Article 50 or having a people's vote, I'd rather revoke. As long as Parliament does it and revokes, the UK is a parliamentary democracy, so I wouldn't see it as anything less democratic. But if we have to go for a PV, people's vote, then it should include the 5 million who couldn't vote last time, the EU citizens over here and the British abroad, because their lives are more intertwined than mine is on this subject, and they have every right as much to vote as I do. And it's more, they should have that right. Thank you for watching.